Good, we're all good? Great, thank you very much for coming. I had a long introduction plan, but I don't think it's necessary. This is Ronnie Chin, the creative director of AMC Studio. He's going to take us through some commercial cases of AR and VR. I'm sure you already know that. I'm going to get out of the way and let Ronnie take over. Ronnie?
Thank you very much. So good afternoon, everyone. My name is Ronnie Chin, the creative director and founder of AMC Studio. So today, of course, I'm talking about the successful commercial use for AR and VR. Now, I understand on these classrooms, most of you guys are students or alumni. Can I have a raise of hands? Students? Students, alumni, I think I saw Jules, one of them. So from MAD course, right? Okay. Okay, very, very good. So do you guys know what's the difference between augmented reality and virtual reality, AR, VR? So do you play Pokemon Go? Yeah. So generally, like for AR, it's basically like incorporate like virtual elements into the real physical world using your phones. For instance, the Pokemon Go game. Now for VR, it's more of an immersive experience where we wear the VR goggles and all that. Okay, but you must listen to our slides very carefully. The reason is because this is not our normal casual sharing sessions. We will be giving out prizes. We'll have Kahoot sessions, which is sponsored by, again, one of our clients. So it's a 3 days, 2 nights stay in Bangkok, hotel stay voucher with breakfast, as well as a 3 days, 2 nights stay vouchers for Phuket Hotel. So, yeah, there it goes. Now, in terms of how the world technology evolved from now on, we do have, as you can see in the history, where it starts off with like traditional phones, and then nowadays we are always on our mobile phones. This is mainly part of the solutions that brands are actually using. They are using a lot more on our phones and mobile devices to incorporate like content and graphics. So today, basically, I'm just covering the 5 main industries, which are some of them we do have the opportunity to work with, and I'll share with you in a bit. These are the 5 industries, which is the hospitality, retail, gaming, healthcare, and education. Moving on, I will start with hospitality. So in terms of hospitality, you can see Conrad Hotel. They do have a 360-degree tour, 360 tour of the hotel lobby, rooms, and all that. Now this is quite interesting, because before like guests from overseas, before they book the hotels, they can experience how the hotel, the amenities, the food, the menu, how it looks like before they book on it. And also we do have like this is Brisbane King George Square Hotel, where users or guests who wants to book the room, they can't, because when you book the room, you don't know what are the sizes. Maybe they'll tell you like 306 square meters or whatnot. But with a VR visualizations, they are able to experience, okay, these rooms fit my family of 2 or 4 or 5. These are some of the experiences that the hotel uses. Then moving on, we have also like staff trainings. We see a lot of trainings uses VR trainings as well, especially like medical, in the medical industry where the surgeons, they're operating on on a virtual platform. It gives them an experience as part of a training before the actual surgery happens. But of course, we are talking about simulators for this in terms of like hotel industries, how they use that. And then at the bottom here, you will see M Social Hotel. These are one of our clients that we work with. They actually have a metaverse. Do you guys know what's the metaverse? Facebook. yeah. Anyway, it's like a virtual world where people can interact or move around and there. So M Social is a hotel. It's a global brand. So they actually created a virtual hotel so that we can experience. In fact, if I give you a URL, a link, you can actually roam around in that place and play some games there. So we do have some goodie bags from them as well. So they are our kind sponsors for today. Everyone will have like also some goodie bags if you don't have the stay vouchers. So okay, you can see wedding event planning also is one of your lifetime big events. Everybody wants to make sure that it's all good and nice at the end of the day. So we can visualize how that 20 tables or 100 tables is going to look like in the actual event. Of course, we talk about interior designs and health and wellness. This actually provides like a a guide for meditations and yoga classes. Moving on, we have retail. Now, ladies, they like to purchase like makeups, new dresses and all that. But then I'll get in first. All right. Okay. So, ladies, do you guys like shop? Do you shop for makeups or? You okay? So now the problem with like makeup is like first of all we don't know what there's too many options for us to use, right? And what this company does, this is Sephora. They have a interactive screens. So for instance, they want to see like what color of blushes or lipsticks they want to look. How does it look like when it's applied on their faces and all that? And Sephora give them an interactive app that they can just select the colors and it will appear on the screen on how it will look like. So without them having to apply the makeup and then remove it and reapply for different colors. So that's one. We have like Topshop. You can see in the retail site where if I'm going to buy like clothes and I want to try out different kind of clothes in a very fast way, we can actually try it with the interactive mirror. They call that interactive mirror. So there's a lot of selections. You can try it in front of that virtual mirror, and then you can see how it looks like. And apparently, it can track to your whole body as well. Welcome. I think we are pretty much filled up here. IKEA is in our local stores. We already seen that. So for those of us who wants to buy furniture but don't know how big this furniture or this chair is going to be, or whether or not it will fit our house, they actually came out with an AR app. So you just install their app, you select from the brochure what kind of chairs you want, you can just scan in your room, and they will show you exactly in 3D how this chair will look like in your place. So these are a lot of options that we start to see in the retail sector. Now, of course, gaming. Gaming is, I think a lot of people will be very familiar with gamers. Who are the gamers here? Oh, we only have one gamers here. So what kind of games do you all play? Share with me what kind of games do you play? Maybe League of Legends are all mobile based. Sorry? Genshin Impact. Okay. But okay, today we talk about VR gaming. Now Genshin Impact or League of Legends, they are all very mobile based. So we use our phones on the flat screens. But of course, now we have like VR gaming, which is more immersive. They involve, like for example, Beat Saber. So when we wear the goggles, we have the controllers. Basically, it's just to immerse ourselves and our whole body into the environment. So that's it's not just looking at the flat screen and playing, but rather it's inside this environment and playing through it. We also have like job simulator, a small but humorous, fun way for you to try out different jobs in VR. So it's sort of like a training plus some humor, some fun in there. Super Hot is basically some action pack where you're just going to shoot around in the Matrix world and see things happen from there. So that's the gaming side. It's quite a brief introduction on what I have here. Now it's very fast. So for those of you who came in early, very lucky for you, because what I shared earlier is part of the quiz. Now for just to recap, what are the quizzes? This first one will be. Let me see what this is. So you will have a 3-day 2-night stay at Hotel Clover, which is our clients, one of our clients. They are sponsoring us for these events for people or for students or for those of you who are here in this classroom. So you will have a 3 days 2 night stay and breakfast for 2. Okay, let me set up the game quiz. So for those of you who just came, do you want some clues or not? Yes. Unfortunately, I can't share because I'm running out of time here today. Okay. Are you guys ready? Are you guys ready? Ready?
We just came in with please.
So it's very important to be on time, huh?
Sorry.
But it's okay, no worries. We will have lucky goodie bags for you, so it's fine. But it's good for those who came in early, I would say. Okay. Okay, let's see. Can you see my screen? Who knows, maybe you have some luck, right? Some quick guesses.
How am I going to tell you that it is? Is it a lot? Kind of.
So do we have everybody ready? Who's Grandpa Joe? Okay, I'm closing the room in about 10 seconds. 10, 9, 8, come on, 5, 4, 1. Okay, you're gonna start now.
Pure guess.
Good luck, good luck.
Can we have the music? Oh wow, that's a lot of nonsense.
The music is the best part.
Oh, music.
There's no music at home. Okay, moving on. Next question. Kit Kat. Very close tie.
Difference, yeah.
Very close tie with Hazel and Daniel.
Wrong ones, you're gone.
Ooh.
AR uses a completely virtual world while VR uses part of the real world. Okay? Okay.
Don't hesitate.
Okay.
Yeah, the thing at the back of the
Slides. Those for those who came by earlier. Huh? Good luck.
No! I give up already. I give up already.
It's your fire. So I think it's your fire.
Okay.
Oh my god. Oh shoot.
Okay, it's a good one.
Whoa.
Yes, you can use AR. I showed earlier the example. One more question, huh?
Those slides.
what are the benefits?
Wrong already lah.
All of the above.
Okay, ready? Okay, at this point, who's HT? Okay. Now I know who is listening. Okay, come, next one. 7. You can only play games with VR, not the
I'm not doing this
So far the questions are pretty easy, right? Easy? Okay. Just to give you some at least after this, we still have one more prizes. So that one will be the grand prize. So don't worry. So try your best. Okay. We have HT number 1. Okay. Last 2.
Yes.
this is very cool. I think.
How come we still have like even? No. Okay.
I think that's it. Okay, this one is easy. Oh, it's super hot.
Super hot
also. What?
Oh, okay. So we have HT.
The price, the range is
Last one. Hey, winners are okay.
I can't see it, but
what's the difference?
bro, all of them are
These quiz, it's just these quiz.
Is it for real?
Yeah.
It's for real.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
You will know it if it's real. Okay. Okay, let's see. This is third. Second. HT. Who's HT? Let me just So, HT. Where is HT? Congratulations. HT, can you come up? So, this is for real. You need to present this voucher. You won a 3-day 2-night stay in Hotel Clover with breakfast at Bangkok. So enjoy your trip. Okay.
You have to go to Bangkok.
Yeah.
But I don't have time to go to Bangkok.
Then you have to make time if you want to. Yeah, so many volunteers. Yeah. So, okay. For those of you, don't worry. We still have one more hotel stay voucher.
Is it in Singapore?
This time round is in Phuket.
Where's that?
So it's in
Thailand,
Phuket.
right?
You may go back.
Is it in Thailand? Where's Phuket?
Phuket, it's a beach area. But anyway, let's move on with our slides. Okay, let's talk about healthcare. Healthcare industry. Now, actually, in healthcare, there's also a lot of VR users. So some examples are what I explained earlier. The students can perform like complex surgery using VR. Right? Before, like it's also good. Reason is because it's reducing the risk of complications during like actual surgery. And also AR is being used to provide visual aids for medical procedures, making it easier to physicians to perform complex procedures with greater precision, like especially in the medical industry, the doctors have to make sure everything is precise and everything is good, just so that everybody's all well taken care of. Okay. We have, moving on, education. Now we start to see AR and VR being used in the education industry to provide like students with engaging and interactive learning experience. There are cases or studies that I heard from like the schools. It's more like a better image retention with more visuals, visual cases for VR. So these are some of the examples you can see. We have like students can actually use VR to explore and interact with simulations of historical events or scientific phenomena, bringing like lessons in life in a way that is not possible in like, traditional teaching methods. Okay. Now, of course, I talk about all the pros, the good about AR and VR. There must be some segment that is still in terms of limiting the technology. So a big part of them is the interface especially on the AR. Doesn't match up with the real world. Now, for those of you who play those AR game like Pokemon or all that, you start to see sometimes once in a while you will see this object floating around, doesn't track properly in the scene. So this sometimes it feels very cheap in the sense that hey, this game is not well made and the experience is not there. So this is part of it. Second is the hardware compatibility issues. We have a lot of different phones. We have like our iPhones, we have our Huawei or Samsung. So these are compatible issues between iOS or Android. Sometimes it doesn't match. Some of my apps can't use or can use. Privacy as well. Sometimes when you do AR or VR, they scan your face. So technically they have your data. They have your face data and they can do a lot of who knows harmful things with us. So these are things that we need to make sure that we are well protected, our data, because our face actually is our data, right? And lastly is power. Like mobile devices running on running on batteries, they are limited in terms of how long you can use this device for. So these are the examples. And also we talk about this is VR. VR. For those of you, like at least for me, when I wear the headset, sometimes I feel a little bit like very dizzy. I can't do it for more than 5 minutes. It's just motion sickness. For those of you who have it, it's very very dizzy for me. Discomfort, like for example this one. I think another thing is, especially during COVID period, it's more of a hygiene thing. Like imagine I'm wearing it, it's all sweaty on the sponge, and I pass it to someone else. So the hygiene procedure also have to make sure that it's well taken care of. It's quite expensive to create VR content. Reason is because it is full 3D. Now when we do animations, you guys are animation students or film students, or are you? Just checking in. Are you guys like okay? So for instance, when we create like animations or film, we film it 6K, 4K. It's all on flat screen, projected on a flat screen, right? Like this is flat screen. But when we do content in VR, it's basically creating a 3D model in a virtual world. So that is intensive. A lot of data, a lot of content is required to run. So hence, it makes everything more expensive. Second is more on the social isolations. Who watched Ready Player One? So it's basically, like you are on in your own room, in your own virtual set, maybe running a treadmill, and it might not be as good as what we have here, physical, coming together. So that's that. And then in conclusion, I think VR and AR definitely have great potentials. It's just that the small limitations that I explained earlier on that needs to be addressed before it becomes like mainstream technologies. I think right now we can see there's a lot of like our apps, games already utilizing it, but it's not really in all the apps or phones that you see. It's just that some of the limitations that I shared. To me, I believe it's more on the experience side, because I wanted to have something that's smoother, nicer graphics, to enjoy myself. Like if I play a game, if the graphic doesn't look appealing, you might not enjoy it, right? So, do you notice her popping around? Yes. Who's the? So we talk about like AR, VR, but what are the use cases? Like I mean, for instance, for us as a creative, as an artist, how do we use this content to what we have in terms of skills to transit ourselves into what we can do? So right now, this is just a very initial stage of what we are doing. We actually created like a virtual influencers. Right now, she's actually like we gave her some persona, some characteristics. So she's generally a young adult with Gen Z. I'm not the one who's coming out with like the messaging because I'm not a Gen Z, of course. So basically, she loves like cafe hopping, food blogging, spreading joy, positivity through her Instagram posts. And thanks to her, the hotel vouchers that I gave you are actually her sponsors. So they are actually giving on behalf of Adobe. Yeah. Now, what are virtual influencers? They are actually computer-generated models or characters that fits your own brand image or personas. And currently, right now, what we see the use cases is still very basic. There are a lot more experience that we can touch on, but right now we see they are promoting like brands, products, services online. They are also like, if you watch Netflix, I think there are some shows about virtual characters. So these guys or singers, they're performers, right? And yeah, they're good performers, but they're maybe camera shy. They're very afraid of like stage and all that. So they have a motion capture suit. So for those of you who know what's a motion capture suit or not, it's just generally wearing a suit and it's tracking emotions and translate that into a 3D characters. So they're using that to perform, and the judging criteria is based on the performance and their singing voice and all that. So of course there are some beneficials of using virtual influencers. First of all, it's how creative you can come up with in terms of your content. Generally, these characters are created in computers. So it's your 3D software, whatever you can come up, you can think of, you can do it. So it's you can push the boundaries in terms of the creative aspects. Customizable is really highly customizable because you can change the hair colors, you can change facial expressions, you can change a lot of things. It doesn't have to be a human. There are influencers who is just a bee, a small bee, or anything, or sausage character, which is very famous and do. So these are things that we can customize. There is also like, there are actually quite wide followings in terms of like followers on Instagram because I think first of all, the content is interesting. It's something that you don't really see very often. So they can actually, like I mentioned in the first point, is really push in the boundary of what we're trying to show. It is an experiment actually. It's not, we don't really full on using that because we're still doing animations and videos for our daily lives. But we're using like Jovi, which is the virtual influencers, to do like service reviews, product reviews, or there is actually a services which I showed you earlier, where in terms of like a VR experience, you can check in a hotel. This concierge will direct you, will ask you what you need. If you have questions, it's not just no longer a chat box, but you have someone here showing you around the virtual space. So if let's say today I want to travel to Thailand or Bangkok or Phuket, for instance, I don't have to see pictures, see reviews. I mean, see reviews I still do, but I have a better experience wearing like the VR or AR goggles. I can converse with a chatbot like that, and I can ask him, can you show me like how does the bedroom look like, and go through all the small details before I decide, okay, this is the right place, this is the right hotel for me. So it's another level of experience for people who are trying to book a hotel. Now, to conclude, AR and VR, of course, you can see right now it's rapidly growing technologies, and already have make an impact in the various industries, like I mentioned, the 5 industries. Do you still remember the 5 industries? Just to recap, in case it helps you on your quiz. Healthcare, okay, one of them, correct? Education. Retail. Game. Last one? Hospitality. Okay, good. You all sense a good chance.
I can read on the screen.
Yeah. On the screen, yeah. Okay. Now, I think from what I showed you earlier, we're gonna move on to the next section, which is lucky draw, the grand one. But before I do that, is there any questions that you guys maybe would like to ask before I move towards the next level?
I still don't understand.
Okay, so good question. Maybe I should introduce myself a lot more. So I run a 3D animation studio. We do a lot of not just 3D animations for brands, for commercials, but we also do a lot of videos as well. We do content graphics. For instance, if you sit down, if you go to the booth later when you go to the events page, right, you'll see our video flashes around. Just look out for it. So we do a lot of content that involves visual effects, which is like 3D animations, motion graphics. Like we go and shoot behind those green screens, you see, right? So we replace those green screens with maybe a dragon. So that's what we do. Content creator. What I show you, the virtual influencers, is just an example of how we transit what we do traditionally. We call it a traditional traditional content creation to a sort of a virtual influencers business. So these are things that it just gives you an idea what are the possibilities. So we are not just stuck with creating like a flat 2D projection output, but rather we go through like AR and VR with the content that we create. So these are what I do. Did I answer your question? So I'm a creative director from EMC Studio. So that's my day-to-day stuff. But don't worry, it's not part of the quiz question. Okay, anything else? Anything else before I move on to the next slide? No? Okay. So, you guys ready? Ready? So this is just a clue, huh? This is a 3 days 2 nights stay at Hotel Cover Phuket. Breakfast for two. Again, it's proudly sponsored by our clients for our projects. Okay, I'm going to open up the Kahoot for round two. Yeah, you guys ready? Okay, come.
You bring me.
Okay, are you guys ready? Any more time?
You ask him. You ask him.
Sorry?
Can the same person win twice?
Good questions. What do you guys think? No? I mean, I'm all of the majority. This is still very open. Can the same person win? Why not? Huh? Okay, maybe I'll ask everybody on the floor. Who thinks that the same person should win?
If it happens, it happens.
Yeah, that's a good one also. Okay, if it happens, it happens. Huh?
If we well deserved, it will be well deserved.
Okay, I'm going to start now. Okay, let's go.
What's the music?
Is that music?
Yeah, it is.
No.
It is.
I don't think so, no. Alright.
Oh no, wrong.
Okay.
Mention. Forgot about.
HT. Okay. Next one.
Oh no. Is that all of the above?
It's up to you.
I think it is the wrong answer.
Hang on. I guess
Okay. Daniel. Hey. Who's DK Daniel? Oh, okay.
Come on, you study for this.
Okay, come.
Maybe this is a bit obvious.
Later.
Do something, you guys sometimes, right? Okay. Okay, next one.
HT is going to come back. I think the answer is pineapple.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, ready? Three.
This is interesting.
Okay, let's see. Yeah. Okay, 6. Wow. Okay, good that you guys know. Okay, come next. Oh.
I think I got wrong. But okay. You know what?
Okay, majority correct.
Behind the place.
The two of them just fighting each other lah. Yeah.
I think I got the wrong answer.
Okay. So now at this point, who is 3? Okay. 2 more chances. Very close, huh? Max. In
Nice.
Okay, yes, correct. Okay, last one, huh? Last question. Okay, the moment of truth.
Oh.
Oh. Okay.
I just drop again.
Is that?
Is it 3.
Oh! Who's Cristiano Ronaldo? You? You? Okay, come on.
Oh my god!
Congratulations. I'm very happy that you guys are like attentive to class. So that was a surprise? Oh, it was a surprise.
I thought I got like third or something.
Huh?
I thought I got like third.
Oh, okay. Okay, so this is 3 days, 2 nights stay at Hotel Clover Phuket with breakfast for 2. So this is what's your real name?
Jason.
Jason. Okay, congratulations, Jason. Okay, so that concludes the AR and VR sharing. But don't worry, guys. I'm happy that you guys are actually still get a majority of the answers correct. So that's very good. Then before you go, please head to our booth. We do have the demo for the M Socials Decentraland, which is the metaverse experience. And they are also giving out goodie bags as well, so it will be all in the booth. We will have the goodie bags here as well, so if there's not enough, just go to the booth and collect from us. So with that, this is my contact for those of you who are asking who am I, what do I do.
A round of applause for Ronnie, please. So what not just finished, huh?
Yeah, we're not finished.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for listening and for paying attention and for winning wonderful prizes. We have a little bit of time, so let's see if you have questions. Otherwise, I ask questions, that's the way it works, right? Which specializations are you from? Triple E game design. What other diplomas do we have here? Okay. Jason has a background in design, specifically 3D as well as motion effects and stuff like that. Do you have questions about those areas? And if you don't, I'll start off by asking Jason a sort of a general question. Ronnie. So what I have Jason in my head? Oh, Jason's the one. He's the one I must mark for the ticket later, right? That's right. Ronnie, a question. Are all of you looking at doing internships in the near future? Some of you are. Jason, you've had interns. Ronnie, you've had interns. So
yes, I do have interns, yes. Yeah.
Tell me what you look for in an intern.
Okay, for me, it's more about the willingness to learn, because sometimes we do understand that interns sometimes have limited knowledge. So a lot of things are not expected from you guys, which I understand. So what I expect is like the willingness. We are willing to teach. Actually, right at the back, our supervisors who is around, who's always around in the company to guide you guys. We are looking for someone who is willing to push yourself as well. So it's not just about us spoon feeding in a sense, but you also do your own research, come up with something that is interesting, you share with us, because we are quite open in terms of ideas sharing. We don't just tell you to do step A, step B, you must do this. For us, because it's a collaborative workspace, we encourage you to come out with your own ideas and work. So we are looking for someone, again, I think is self-starter. Don't be afraid, just be confident doing what you want. We are open to discuss ideas. Third one also, it's more like someone who is, I don't know, I think it's more like we like to talk to you guys, but sometimes we do appreciate if you have any concerns or any questions, just let us know, because if not, we won't know. Yeah. So that's about it. We do in terms of like when we interview students, we will look into their tracks, what are they good at. It's a normal practice that we do interviews with them. Maybe it could be a Zoom call, it could be a physical one, just to understand you one-to-one. What is your specializations, what you like to do in terms of work. Some of you may like to do videography, some of you 3D animations. So we'll try our best to fit you into the different aspect of job. And then our supervisors, will come and guide you with their experience, because they are also spending a lot of their time to teach you They are not just asking you to look into the, just Google it, but they will be sitting beside you and just guide you along the way, which I know is very tiring for him. He's at the back there, look at his face, he's all like very sleepy already. So yeah, these are some of the countries we just look at for future internship candidates.
Any other questions?
I just have a very curious question.
Yes.
What is your most popular work that you have ever done from your studio?
We do have a number of them. I personally, let's say if you're asking what I like one of the UOB jobs that we did for our clients. It's actually a Chinese calligraphy effect. So generally, when like ink drop into water, it dissolve into some very fancy, nice looking graphics, right? So it's a world built of calligraphy. So that is something that I'm looking forward to do in the future. Something that is quite interesting as well. Yeah.
Can you share a case study of your most successful project with your clients?
I would say success defines a lot of things. It could be money, a lot of money, right? So of course, like where the money is, could be the finance industry, could be the
Most memorable.
memorable one, I would have to say currently what we are doing, because currently we are doing a documentary shows about space-time capsule. So we are creating this. It's actually real. So we are creating the graphics. We have to look through this thick of scripts to understand the story, what the story is about, what these speakers, they are all professionals. But this is featured in China. So China have a massive technology in terms of their craft, what they're building to send off to the moon or to the space. So these are things that we are interested in, and right now I'm very happy to work with as well. Yeah.
So it's a collaboration with experts in China.
Yes, so for us, we are creating the content. So we do have to understand what these experts are saying, right? So what is this space-time capsule all about? What is this pulsar maps, or what is the human DNA all made out of? So in terms of what we do, we are not just like graphics or animators or 3D, illustrator, but we have to put ourselves in the scientist's shoes. We have to understand what they are talking about. So these are things, which is also a good thing because we get involved. A lot of what we do can cross to different industry. So that's actually a very, very beneficial things that I feel. Yeah?
They are the experts, but you're the production.
Correct. So when they are the experts, but we do have to flesh out what they say, true to what they say, and it's factual. And at the same time, good to look at. Yeah.
Are you guys hiring?
Sorry.
Are you guys hiring?
Yes, we are hiring. We are looking. We are constantly looking at 3D artists, compositor, animator, and yeah, again, I think my supervisor has been telling me every day that we need to we need to hire. So if you are interested, talk to him or just email us. We will expedite as much as we can.
Do you hire writers?
Writers, not much, but we do have our own content that we need writers or concept artists for. Yeah.
What are the successes of your virtual influencer? As I think that people, when they see product or service reviews, they want to imagine themselves in the shoes and imagine that they are there.
Right.
They also feel a warm human interaction from there.
What are the success, is it, for the virtual influencers?
Yeah.
Okay, so right now, as you can see, the hotels, for example, right now when we work with them, they are thinking of different experience. No longer just looking at nice advertisement with maybe on good food and all that, but rather they want to be like inside this metaverse to experience. I think what are the good examples is that if you have a chance, go to our booth, try it out. They do have this experience where you can roam around the metaverse, and then different stats, right? They showcase the different hotel rooms in the different countries, because these are international hotels, and they are trying to showcase a lot of the different hotels in France, in US, in Singapore, in Malaysia, all in the metaverse, and they're just letting you to experience it. And that's not all. They do have like games. So later I'll give you some goodie bags. It's part of the 50th Malayan birthday thingy that they're doing. And part of it is that if you can find, like, they'll leave clues where the Merlion is in the metaverse or what. And if you find him, they'll give you like F&B vouchers, food and beverages vouchers. Like when you go there to dine, you can have like 10% off, $20 off, and all that. So these actually engages like the users, you know, to sign up and try it out. Yeah.
Do you think your virtual influencers will be more practical and side influencers?
In my own preferences, I actually there's some of the reasons why I actually preferred virtual influencers not based on me, also based on some of the clients that we talk to. Why would they want to use influencers? I think a very, very big part is the customizations. They can actually customize in terms of their brand, because different brands have different meanings, right? Like Nike, why is it tick? Why Adidas is like this logo? So they can customize, first thing. Second is that the brand image. If we talk about design and branding messaging is actually very important. So it has to be very consistent. There are cases where they use us like ambassadors for different brands, and something happened to this ambassador, like for example, maybe they do something that is not good for the media, and that affect their brand images, and they have to do a lot of things to rectify it, which in turns becomes more expensive, more time consuming to reverse everything. Hence, I think this is like probably the number one reason why they should prefer. This is just based on our clients' feedback.
So do you think there will ever be a case where people will prefer to have a virtual influencer?
It is not a 100% thing. I would say it's a split. Different people. Some people will have. Again, I think because people may question, hey, this is not real. Is this like? Will they question the authenticity of things? But then again, we have another side of people who wants to experience something that's more different. Because there are plenty of influencers around, and people shooting everything and it's flooded with content. So what makes you different? I think this is also one thing that the brands are looking at. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Will you allow virtual influencers to age like real people?
Oh, that really depends actually. That really depends on how we want to do it. But at this point, we haven't think too far whether how old she will be when she's like 70 years old.
Immortal.
It could be. That's really because Mickey Mouse never age also. Right, if you think about it, yeah. So it's really, yeah, exactly. So it's again, it's content creation, how you want to brand this person, this character.
One last question.
Yeah.
Are there any cons to your virtual influencers?
Are they, sorry?
Are there any cons, disadvantages?
Are there any disadvantages? I think number one that I feel personally would be authenticity. Because right now, if it's not a real human, how real can it be when she's trying to promote things? So we are coming from another angle that it's an experience. She's just sharing things. Yeah.
Actually, I'm very
I'm sorry, a little short on time. Is it quick?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you foresee the ability of virtual influencing to grow, to be able to grow into a bigger industry, or is it going to just stay like
Actually, it's already growing at a very fast pace. In fact, right now what I'm showing you in Singapore is we are very, very slow. Honestly speaking, if you see in other countries, for example, in Korea, in China, they are explosive. It's massive. They are way, way more saturated than what we have here. Yeah.
Thank you very much, Ronnie. Okay. One more round of applause for Ronnie. Can you pull up my next thing? Okay. Before I want to say dismiss you like it's my class like that, but before I end the session, I want to remind everyone, if you want to get your CCA points, you do have to complete your cards. It means you have to go out and do some of the other activities, right? Are you looking at the cards? Yes? Okay, so thank you all very much for coming. Just two quick things. Can you please help me return the tables and chairs to the normal position? This room's going to be used for examination, so I need your help to do that. And then those of you who need a sticker, if you haven't received the sticker, I know most of you have, but some of the latecomers haven't received, can you hang out outside and wait for me? I will come out and give you the stickers in a little bit. Thank you very, very much.
Yeah. Sorry, I forgot to mention, we do have the goodie bags here. So if it's not enough, go to our booth and collect it. If it's enough, you are free to take this. It's on here. Maybe I'll need someone else to pass over.
All the stickers are limited. You need to go and do it.